Go Griz! Today is the Griz cat game. And even though I sort of follow my daughter at Penn now, I'm a Griz. I got both my degrees from the University of Montana. So I'm hoping the Griz dominate the cats that are coming over from Bozeman. Today's a busy day, a busy weekend, got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So it's going to be a short show today, short show tomorrow, probably a longer one on Monday if I get everything done on the weekend. But welcome to Coffee with Alain. I have the elf mug. Why do I have the elf mug on book day? Because 20 years ago, the author of this book starred as Papa Elf. So we're going to talk about I Shouldn't Even Be Doing This by Bob Newhart today. It's the book for Book Saturday. And I really enjoyed this book. I've been a fan of Bob Newhart for years and years. I liked his stand-up. I liked his television shows, Newhart and then the Bob Newhart Show. I've liked him in Elf. I liked him in ER. I liked him in Big Bang Theory. I've liked him just about everything he's done. Great skits back with the Dean Martin comedy show. And this book, is a biography, and he's telling about his life. I shouldn't even be doing this and other things that strike me as funny, but it really goes through a lot of his life and things that happened to him. So it's not just a book of his stand-up routines, which are much better live. It's a book of him telling about his life and things that happened to him. And it was funny because he mentioned certain things, like a specific routine he did with Dean Martin on the show, where Dean kept laughing, and Bob actually said in the show, when Dean was like, well, what do you want? He's like, I'd like a straight man that doesn't laugh. And I looked that video up on YouTube. There were some other things I looked up on YouTube after reading this, just because it was a fun book, and Bob is great. One of the most incredible endings to a television show. It was just brilliant. And he talked about how that came to be and how they kept it secret, which is tough to do sometimes, but they kept that secret right up until the very end and surprised people. For those that don't know, I'll ruin the surprise, but he had a series where he was married and so forth, Newhart Show. Then later, when he had the Bob Newhart Show, it was a different series. He had a different wife and, different setting and everything. He's up in the Maine or somewhere. For the very end of that second series, they called up the wife from the first series. They recreated the bedroom from the first series, and they had Bob and his wife in bed, and he woke up and he's like, I just had this dream, and the dream was of the second series. Brilliant. I mean, I think it's listed as one of the best endings of television series, and definitely one of my favorites. It was just brilliant. And he talked about how that came to be and how they kept it secret and stuff in here. Just a fun book. Now, another interesting thing about this book, I'm holding it up like this. If I open it up, it's upside down and backwards. So you actually have to read it. Here's the back cover upside down. That is how the book you read and start the book. And it's not, a hardcover where you could just flip the jacket around. This is a paperback, and it was made that way. So I would have loved to have been reading this book in a public place rather than here at the house, because it would have been cool to be sitting there in the airport or a public place and reading it and wondering if people catch that the cover, the book is upside down from what they can see, but it would have been correct for me reading. So I just thought that was sort of cool and humorous as well. Fun book. You can probably find it at different places, pick it up. I enjoyed it. That's the book I wanted to talk about this weekend. Gonna sign off now because it's just a crazy weekend. I got a whole bunch of stuff I got to get done, including the newsletter. I'll be working on that this weekend, and I'll get that out on tomorrow evening. So if you haven't signed up, you got a chance to still do it before tomorrow night. EnjoyLifeSafely.com. Name and email. You'll get that newsletter. You'll get some other things, all of them to help make your life better, help you stay safe, enjoy life, be exceptional. Sometimes a tip to defend yourself, and sometimes a little extra here and there as well. Sign up now. Have a spectacular Saturday. We'll see you tomorrow.